Since no technique works 100% of the time, these lessons focus heavily on a system of thought, a way to look at situations, evaluate them quickly, and make the best choices. Here then are some concepts and techniques to help get you started. You may have seen some of these techniques before in a self-defense or martial arts class, or even in the movies. We won't be using any of them. All of these techniques have fundamental flaws. They're either strength on strength or finesse techniques. Why would you choose to compete strength to strength against someone who outweighs you when your life might depend on it? Why choose a technique that requires years of training or will only be effective if perfectly executed? Devi Protective Offense is scenario-based. By scenario, I mean an imagined situation. What if someone attacked me while I was getting into my car? This is a logical and efficient way to train in a context rather than separating your training into individual techniques. Scenario-based training doesn't mean you won't be practicing individual techniques. It means you want to keep each technique connected to an original scenario by referring back to it regularly. Scenario training also teaches you to train in your head even when you can't get to a lesson. There are a number of common attack scenarios women may have to deal with. Some of the most common are face-to-face grabs, grabs from behind, throwdowns, and pushes from male assailants who want to get you on the ground. Just as there are an infinite number of scenarios, there are many combinations of techniques that may or may not work within a given scenario. You can learn to evaluate scenarios, targets, and techniques by using a set of predetermined criteria. Keep in mind this is not an exact science. It'll take time before this process of observation and evaluation becomes instinctive. But the process is its own reward. In asking and answering questions, you're learning to problem solve quickly. There are 3 criteria to the process of scenario evaluation. Evaluate your circumstances, evaluate your target, evaluate your attack. Each of these criteria has 3 or more parts. Eventually, through training, these questions will be answered in your head instinctively. For now, simply get in the habit of asking questions rather than taking someone else's word that an eye poke or a punch or a groin kick will work in an emergency.